Hello boys and girls, my name is White Rhino PSO, and today we are playing more Noir Syndrome. Last time we tried out hard mode, and it was interesting, though it was obviously very hard. We ended up getting killed twice in two separate cases without actually making any arrests. We're going to stick to hard mode for now, but we might kick it back down to normal for future videos. And as usual, because we played as the male detective for the last video, we're going back to the female detective for today. Alright. $15 in the bookshelf. Nothing on the bed. Nothing on the desk. And the police are once again out to get us. That's who was after us at the end of the previous video. Have a good one, Jasper. Keeping the place less lonely. Alright, nobody has died. But there's a public gathering at the warehouse. So with the police after us, that means that any normal location we visit, if there is the potential for police to be there, they could just shoot us down dead immediately. So even though I'm still trying to get the achievement or the badge for not visiting any locations that have vermin, I know... Actually, I'm not sure if there are vermin in the warehouse, but I know public gathering should mean all civilians, and even then, rumor has it the mob runs the place, so there should be no cops anyway. Alright. Suppose this is to be expected of a warehouse. Arthur Anderson. Harry Walker gives me the creeps. Keep your eyes peeled. Will do. Looks like this stack is about to topple. An assortment of illegal weaponry. Charles Johnson. Mildred Davis has a history of trouble. Irene Hall. The Hunt Club is in need of a thorough investigation. Walter Baker. Somebody has to stop this killer. Well, I'm doing my best, guy. Anna Taylor. Arthur Anderson is definitely one to look out for. So no clues, but 3 suspects. A dancer, a driver, and an artist. It sounds like the lead up to a joke. 2 mobsters and a civilian, which is good. We do not want to have... We got $15 this time. We don't want to have to go after a police officer, because that means... we're going to have to shoot them rather than just arrest them. So the Hunt Club, something fishy is going on. Hopefully we're not going to get killed immediately upon entering. Then again, I could just go after a place that seems like it would be full of mobsters rather than police officers. I think the last time I went to the department store, the police were there, so actually let's try out the Hunt Club. Handcrafted lounge furniture, incredibly expensive. A bust of the original founder of the Hunt Club. A variety of fancy attire adorns the hat rack. So you've got an iron button and paperwork, which both tell me civilian or police. So right now, Arthur Anderson is our best suspect. But I don't really think I can bank on that, given that it's just the slightest information we know. Alright, Barbara Hall has been murdered. Over in the speakeasy, which... It's a crime scene, which means there's not going to be anybody there. But normally there wouldn't be anybody there just because... Or there wouldn't be any police officers there because it's controlled by the mob. Trying to think if there's an area... I feel like the mechanic shop would be one that doesn't have any police. Let's give that a shot. We can go to the speakeasy another time. Assorted tools for working on automobiles. Up for repairs. Jack Jones. Irene Hall is definitely one to look out for. I could not say what half of these do. Looks ready to drive. A weathered workbench. Lucky Charm. Lucky Charm says civilian or mobster, so it has to be a civilian. So... Oh! That's not the right button. Oh, Christ. So, I killed somebody without any cause. That was the button I meant to click. So Arthur Anderson or Irene Hall. Okay. Do you say anything different? Please spare my life. Great. So, I apologize, sir. If the police weren't already after me, they'd definitely be after me now. There's a mob takeover at the police station. I'm gonna check to see if that means there are no police. Holy shit, I was not expecting that. Alright, hard wooden benches, uncomfortable at best. Ralph Hall, I think a complete search of the diner would be best. A log of receipt books gets me 14 bucks. Anna Young, I would keep my eyes on Norman Martin if I were you. Waiting room for processing. Firearms confiscated from arrests. Highly dangerous weapons. Mostly scrapped paperwork. Mildred Davis, it had to be Jean Hill, no doubt on my mind. A desk covered with various bullets. So what do we have? Let's check this again. So it has to be a civilian, so Norma, Irene, or Arthur. Sadly, we don't have any clues. That guy, I think, will sell us bullets. We don't have any clues about the job of the suspect. And nothing in the holding cells. We're down to 150-ish hunger. And it's going to take a couple for us to get back up to this floor and then out of the building. 9 days left. We're down to 160 hunger. There's a public gathering at the old hideout. I have one lockpick. I don't think that's enough to get me into the areas where the criminal had his writings. There's a mob takeover in the sewers. I'm gonna risk it and go to the diner because there's something fishy and I do need to eat. Alright, William Baker has been stopped. He was the hitman, apparently. One of these signature booths. An assortment of contemporary music gets me another goddamn hunt card. Easy access to the kitchen. Give me a ham and cheese plate. And $8 in the quiet back room. 361 is not bad. I think we can... Given how easily I've been dying on hard mode, I feel like that's more than enough. Edward Wilson has been murdered. The police are now in the hideout. Meanwhile, the crime scene is the old city fort. I do need to get more actual clues. We do have a lot of suspects. But I need clues, and the safest place to get clues, female fingerprints. That is very helpful. And a thin brush caked in a thick layer of dust. I need 20 lockpicks to open the vault in the old fort. Alright, artist or chef? Irene Hall is a chef. I almost clicked the shoot button again. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Irene Hall is who we're after. Because it's gotta be a civilian, gotta be female, and an artist or chef. And Irene is a chef. Then again, so is Norma Martin. You know, let's go for Irene. And hopefully, she will be in a location. Margaret Adams has been murdered. There's a crime scene in the sewers, but the culprit is potentially in the post office. Assuming I have the correct culprit. I think for once I've actually avoided locations that have rats. Let's go try and grab Irene. Various letters and notes. Anubis? Me? Hardly. Desk probably belongs to the clerk. And $11. Irene Hall, you are under arrest. Survey says, I apprehended the wrong suspect. The killer is still on the loose. I have been fired. Great. Alright, well, we definitely have enough time for another case. So let's start again. Nothing in the bookshelf. Nothing in the bed. Nothing in the desk. And once again, the police are out to get me, but apparently, after writing myself that note, I left myself a lockpick as well. Earl Wilson has been murdered. City Hall has a public gathering. The bank has a crime scene. How many lockpicks do I have? 2. Damn. If I had 3 lockpicks, I think I could get into the back room of the bank, which would have been fantastic because there's a crime scene, so there wouldn't have been anybody there to begin with. Shit. The hotel has mice in it. Speakeasy controlled by the mob. I think the diner and the mechanic shop are civilian locations. The warehouse has the mob. Let's go to the bank. There are still a decent number of investigatable places. Thin wooden bars are questionable. I found a bottle of rum. But I need a lockpick to check out these desks. Nice and ordered. Piles of paperwork. God damn it, appears to be vacant. So a bottle of rum tells me a poet or a chef. What would I have needed? 3 lockpicks for the bank vault. David Clark has been murdered. And the crime scene is the mechanic shop. You know what? I'm going to check out the speakeasy while that is a crime scene, because I'm pretty sure the mechanic shop only has civilians. Typical bar tables. Mildred Hall. The costume shop has seen some shady characters lately. Nothing in any of those. Wait, that's not an actual doorway? Or does it just not have an arrow? That's weird. Okay. Polished to perfection. What is my challenge this time? Use 6 lockpicks. $17. Nothing in the paintings. Anna King. Rumor has it Eleanor Williams has been up to shady business. Yeah, definitely don't want to break into the safe. I'm not sure how many lockpicks it would take to do it, but I do not want to have the mob after me when I already have the police after me. Alright, nobody died overnight. The police are in the speakeasy. And there's something fishy going on in the costume shop. Yeah, let's risk it. Get out! Oh, that was lucky. So somebody else took the bullet for me. Alright, so the costume shop is one that the police can show up in. I'm not sure about the nightclub. Let's go to the mechanic shop, which I'm fairly sure is civilian only. Assorted tools. Patricia Wilson. The old fort has seen some shady characters lately. Up for repair. Leather wallet. Silver ring. And nothing in the other tools. So, it has to be a civilian, and either a poet or a chef. And right now, Eleanor Williams is a mobster, so it can't be her. I kind of wish that, like in the game Fingered, I could say, oh, okay, so it has to be a civilian. I wish I could go in here and tell the game it is definitely not Eleanor Williams. But it looks like the only way to get somebody off of your list of suspects is for them to be killed between days. There's a public gathering at the bank, and there's something fishy at the old fort. I seem to remember the old fort was a very tiny building, but there was nobody there. Oh, actually, there is one person. That's weird. $8. And what are you selling? Lockpick for $32. I don't have $32. And I don't think I can just shoot him to steal the lockpicks off of his body. I guess let's go to the speakeasy. No, let's go to the warehouse, because I know the warehouse doesn't have any rats. A hitman has found you. Ooh. Go. Okay. James Harris has been murdered. There's a public gathering at the Watchtower, and the costume shop has a crime scene. Let's go to the costume shop. Okay, so I guess there can still be hired hitmen, even if they are not part of the group that is after you. Ideal for a masquerade party. The department store lacks jackets of this nature. A perfect match for the nearby jackets. Books on monster makeup and more. I need 2 lockpicks to get into the back room of the costume shop. It's a little weird. What in the hell kind of masks? Those like moose masks? I wonder if any of the faces on the shelves above me are related to like monsters and such from like other media. Alright, nobody else died overnight. Where do I want to go next? How am I doing on food? 163, 6 days left. I guess we can go to the diner. Shit. God damn it. That's not fair. That's not fair at all. The culprit was Anna Johnson. I don't think she was even a suspect of mine yet, but giving the game enough time to shoot you when you're leaving a location, like as the room is fading dark, I genuinely think that is not fair. But yeah, it looks like that is the second case of this video finished. I have died. Just another story for the papers. But yeah, it looks like we're out of time. We don't have enough time in this video for a third case. So, as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.